target. But right out the gate, Solary looking for some passing plays. Yuka's trying to find the upper 90. Virtuoso able to break that up. So a lot of aggression here out of Solary right off the kickoff. Opening 20 seconds, really going their way. Haven't been able to convert yet. And really, that's the stat that is different when I was looking at the stats for the day between these two teams. They're pretty even. Similar number of shots, similar number of goals scored, goals allowed, shots conceded. All kind of match up. Their biggest issue is in the conversion of those shots. Endpoint converting somewhere, I think it was like 23%. Exotic, gonna find it. They'll convert here as I'm talking about how they weren't converting today. Coming into the match at 17%, but who cares? You got the opening goal in the opening minute here. You're leading this so far, coming in as the underdog. Good start here for Solary.
And it was a brilliant passing play to open things up, and then the follow through by Exotic, but Yukis misses the open net there, but who would have thought that it would have been just a blatant whiff right off of the kickoff. And Metzenaris just pokes that one mid, and it looks like Endpoint having troubles clearing the ball early here in game number 1, but Metzenaris going to get a booming clear all the way downfield, and Yukis going to have to catch up to that one, and Virtuoso doing Virtuoso things, getting his first demo here in game 1, and I can guarantee you that will not be his last of the series, as he is so well known for it. And what better time than the new meta of season 8, season 9 of those demos, and Virtuoso has just kept them alive with those.
Yeah, I like the aggression from their team as a whole also. It's not just Virtuoso anymore. I mean, yes, it's Virtuoso. Yes, he's the main guy doing it. But on one of those opening plays, you saw Metzenaris immediately go for a blast across the line coming off the back wall looking for bumps and demos. They've gotten I believe, Relating Wave got a demo out in the midfield. So they're just, as a team as a whole, they're just super aggressive. They want to hit you. They want to play a physical game.
Well, hitting isn't going to be enough here as Virtuoso, great infield pass to Relating Wave, but Relating Wave, not the best angle taken on that shot. Completely whiffs on that, but so far in the first half of game 1, Endpoint, only one shot on target, and they're going to have to do a better job of maintaining the offensive pressure as Metzenaris delivers right when I ask him to, and almost gets the dunk there on Exotic. But Exotic, a good touch and a good pass forward to Yukis to get this clear downfield. And you can feel the sense of urgency starting to ramp up for Endpoint. They want a goal now to make things easier in this second half.
Looking for it here is Relating Wave trying to go up against Exotic and Yukis, who double commit on that ball. And Virtuoso should be able to bring this one out. He's going to try and maintain possession as a whiff, though. That's something that's happened a couple times so far for Virtuoso and Metzenaris. There's been some easy touches that they should have been able to get to. That one, not the easiest. I mean, he's landing, no boost, trying to get the double jump into it. But there's been some whiffs that just shouldn't be happening. I was talking about the accuracy and the shooting percentage of Solary, but really so far, Solary's the one getting it done. Endpoint has had some really big whiffs and some shots that are just off target when they do connect.
Love this play from Carey, and he goes in front of the ball almost with a fake, and he knows Exotic has it. He's just making the defense bite, and it froze Metzenaris just long enough to keep him on the goal line. All four wheels locked down, and just like that, Solary increased their lead by 2.
I mean, either one of those is a shot, right? He's coming through. If he's a few more pixels to his right, that comes off the side of his car and ends up kind of doinking off the edge and in. Like, Metzenaris had to freeze there. He had to respect the fact that he was that close to the ball.
And the shots have definitely opened up here for Endpoint in game 1. They've increased it to 4, but you see the score line still 0-2, and they've got a lot of work cut out for them if they want to tie this one up and send it to overtime. Exotic gets bumped by Relating Wave. Good steal there, but he whiffs on that ball, but gets it forward to Metzenaris, and here's a good chance to Relating Wave with a demo, and just like that, the lead cut back down to 1.
Yeah, I told you Virtuoso was going to be in your face. Relating Wave, on the other hand, he's going to come in and stab you right in the back. Takes him off the pitch. Easy goal for them. gets them back in the match. 47 seconds, plenty of time on the clock here to get it done, but we're going to need some shooting accuracy. We're going to need to see some aggression getting this ball downfield, and they're going to need a tight, quick rotation here.
Oh, and relating way, that's going to waterfall, but Yukis saw it coming, put himself perfectly on the backboard, and
Mets.
look at that shot from Mets. Upper 90, and I think it was Virtuoso creating disruption and havoc in the net.
Yeah, he's just harassing Exotic. Relating wave on his way back out also attacks Exotic. He just can't get away from them. And in the final moments here, Endpoint tie it back up. 35 seconds left on the clock.
And that's a good challenge there at midfield from Virtuoso, but Yukis going to put it right back in the orange, or the blue half, I'm sorry, as Yukis stole that one away from Metsanaris. A big whiff from Metsanaris, and right now Endpoint struggling here on defense to get this ball out of their half. Good demo by Virtuoso, opens things up. Relating wave has the target, has the shot, has the goal, and just like that, Endpoint with the 47-second turnaround gets 3 goals.
Endpoint has just flipped this game on its head. Solary had to have felt so comfortable. 2-0, we're killing it. We're getting this first game done. We're taking it. We're the underdogs. And then to just get ripped apart here in this final minute. Oh, rough way to lose this game number 1.
And Exotic looking to keep it alive, but Relating Wave smashes it into the corner, and game 1 goes in favor of Endpoint. What a turnaround in that last minute. It seemed like the first half was all Solary, and then just like that, the flip of a switch, Endpoint turned it on and turned down Solary game number 1. And Solary gonna want to have that one back. Game 1, so important, especially when your lives are on the line.
Yeah, they're gonna. That is a really tough match for Solary to handle that or take that loss. We'll see if that has any effect on them going into the second match here. Endpoint, though, on their side, they need to get whatever they were getting done at the end there, the speed, the the want, the feel, the intent to get down the field and make plays happen with it on target. They need to get that done sooner. They can't let that wait until the final minute each game, so we'll see if they carry their momentum over into the start of this match.
And I think it's going to be a dangerous game if Endpoint stops with the whiffs that we've seen and the misplays that we've seen from them, as Solary narrowly held on there in game number 1, and there were a lot of mistakes on Endpoint's side. And game number 2 is all up to Solary to change their gameplay and hold Endpoint at bay. That was a good attempt there from a Relating Wave. Virtuoso just keeping things alive, puts it into the corner, and Metsanaris was swinging at the ball, but hit Exotic in the forehead instead, takes him off the pitch. And Virtuoso narrowly missing, goes off the crossbar there, and a much-needed clear from Solary, but Endpoint not done. Beautiful back pass there, but here comes Solary. Pushing downfield, Carrion has Yukis waiting top of the box. Yukis up, but Metsanaris slides in and puts it into the corner.
Exotic, he's going to be able to sneak this one in, grabs it through the corner, looking to get that pass out to Carrion. Little too much speed for him to get that read. And Yukis going to bomb one up into the ceiling. Virtuoso there on the backboard to try and bring it out. Exotic able to mess things up a little bit there as this ball is just jammed in the corner. We got 5 out of 6 all in the corner. Not typically what you want to see, but everybody feels like they need a piece of that.
Sometimes you just, you're playing
what
my ball.
Is this?
I don't know what that touch is, but Carrion knew, and Yukis was there for the follow-through. Somehow gets the, it hit the back end of him.
He ran out of boost and just happened to fall on it. It just kind of bumps it back, and Yukis makes the read to go in and finish that off. What a goal to open up game number 2.
And so far, Carrion, the only one with the assists on Solary, and he's doing a great job. Not sure if that was an intentional pass or not, but either way, put himself in a great position just to keep the pressure on Endpoint. And Endpoint trying to get this clear away. And again, the first half of gameplay, only 2 shots this time. They're so slow to start, but man, once they start, it is so hard to slow them down as Virtuoso Gonna just poke this one up. Relating wave there for the dunk. Almost pulled it off, but Yukis was able to slot it right around him.
That was a close one. He was just pixels off that ball. Relating wave able to pick this one up here, but Yukis snatches it right back, looking to get it over Virtuoso. Can't get it done. Exotic with the shot. Off the bar, down and out.
Just narrowly missing the net there. It hit like the inside of the crossbar, and Relating wave pre-flips to get to that one. Grabs that corner boost to get it away from Exotic, but Exotic just got midfield, so Solary going to be full strength here going into the blue half. Relating wave, much needed touch there. Virtuoso is up, and that's an awkward pinch. Puts the entire defense out of position here, but Yukis can't get the touch he wants, and just like that, Endpoint going to turn and transition into offense. Relating wave down, but Metsanaris can't get the read.
Exotic down the sidewall here up against Relating wave. Gets the bump on him to stop him from having the follow, but a couple ugly touches here from Solary. They still maintain possession here as Yukis gets the challenge in the corner versus Virtuoso. And they're starting to find a little bit of a rotation here to keep possession, but Metsanaris finds a booming clear and bombed right back down. No one home. Relating wave last second makes the touch, puts it onto the back wall and down. And a lot of just boomer ball at the moment. Everybody's just kind of playing pass.
Oh, this is a great opportunity. Exotic couldn't catch up. He was all out of boost, just stole that corner one from Endpoint, and let's see if they can continue to keep the offense going, as Solary has done a great job of just maintaining pressure. Virtuoso gets the bump on Carrion, but doesn't lead to much. Actually put him in a good position, but the whiff gonna give it over to Endpoint, and Virtuoso looking to slow play this, gets it through the corner. Relating waves up, but Carrion great defense there, and less than a minute to go. Endpoint just need one goal, but we've seen how quickly they can go from down and out to back in the game and up in the scoreline.
Carrion and Exotic there, both getting kind of aggressive and after the ball. Almost looked like they were playing desperate to make the touch. And they end up team bumping themselves out there. You guys are up 1-0. Relax a little bit. We're in the final minute. You just got to hold on to this.
And Exotic still following through, still feathering the boost, but Relating wave turns them down in 23 seconds. Fast break opportunity. Metsanaris trying to carry it through and dunks it right in the face of Carrion. Just like that, we've got a 1-1 game.
Slows it down, throws it forward, knows that Carrion's going to make the touch, leaves the ground before it ever gets there, was planning for the dunk all along, executed perfectly.
This kickoff is huge. Great follow through from Carrion there, and Relating wave forced to use a lot of boost to go up and grab that ball. It's going to kind of cement him back on defense, but Virtuoso gets the demo. Metsanaris going to slow things down, looking like Endpoint very happy to send this into overtime, but not if Yukis has anything to say with it. Got his flip back up on that ceiling, and Virtuoso pops it downfield, and that's a dangerous ball from Carrion. Virtuoso still alive. The pass Relating wave, and he misses wide. An opportunity gifted on a silver platter, thrown straight by the wayside.
I thought we were about to see them steal one away in the final, well, I guess it wouldn't have been seconds this time, in the overtime that's not overtime seconds there. Endpoint coming alive at the end of these matches. Why do you not do this at the start? Why does it wait until the final 45 seconds to come alive? They've got to be able to do this earlier in the matches if they're going to be able to play through in the next game if they end up winning the series.
Yeah, that's a big if for sure. Virtuoso just keeping the defense honest with that shot. And then you just need to, nice little flick there from Exotic. And Virtuoso, another demo, another bump, and gets bumped himself in return by Exotic, and just says, all right, you're going to bump me into your own half. I'll take out your teammate. Thank you very much. Relating wave, good 50-50 on that ball. Metsanaris pokes it and doesn't get the touch, actually. Exotic going to go ahead and follow through on this ball. First minute has gone by here in overtime, and it just looks like a stalemate. We've turned into a chess match and kind of seeing who's going to make the first mistake.
Well, so far, nobody has made a critical mistake. What a bouncer off of Exotic there. Bunch of speed, looking for Yukis. Is Carrion. Metsanaris now going to try and bring this one out. Exotic looking for the dunk. And Solary, once again, it almost feels like the match is restarted. Solari's in control here once again. Endpoint kind of ended it before it went into OT in control. But much like the start of the match is, the start of OT is pretty much all them. That one, a little close. Not enough speed on it, but definitely a threatening shot. Kyrian, Exotic, out of the corner. There shouldn't be a third man there to finish, and this one's going to go the way of Endpoint.
And as we're sitting in this match, the totality of it, Solary, that one's going to be a little too wide,
Yes.
but Solary has double, oh no, danger in the defensive half of Endpoint, cleared away, and finally I'll be able to get to my point of Solary doubling the amount of shots of Endpoint here, but it doesn't matter unless you can truly put the period at the end of the game, finish your punctuation, if you will, and send us to game 3, but Endpoint holding on, and it doesn't matter if it's by a thread or by a steel chain. Right now, they're holding on, and overtime is still continuing, and they refuse to be put away.
I just want to put a shout out to Exotic. He's been having some really great positioning. He's been doing quite a bit for Solary that doesn't necessarily show on the scoreboard. He's been really good in his 50s and his challenges, kind of dead stopping the ball, just making sure that they maintain possession. As I say that, of course, he whiffs the challenge by about 2 car lengths. But other than that one, he's been pretty solid all the way through. Again, making another touch. Metsanaris able to get it. But Exotic's been so good at kind of slowing down and waiting for that touch and just jamming everything up for Endpoint.
The good touch there by Yukis, but read well by Relating Wave, and Exotic just fighting on that side wall and just using his wave dashes twice to keep up with that ball. 50-50s, keep it alive. And Solary doing well here in the blue half. Exotic pokes it down, but that's a dangerous one as Relating Wave bombs it up to Metsanaris. Metsanaris goes off that side wall, and this is just kind of back and forth like we were talking about earlier there, Super. As Carrion almost got the double, and Exotic turned away by Relating Wave. And my goodness, how annoying has it got to be playing against Endpoint right now, where it looks like they're making critical mistakes, but somehow make those diving saves time and time again on the goal line.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the more aggravating ones where you just feel like you're in control, and it's one of those, what is going wrong here? Why is this not converting?
Right.
Why can't we get this done? But a lot of times I think that these players, like right now, I don't even know if they know that they're 4 minutes into an OT.
Oh, they know.
I had a conversation with I don't know. I had a conversation with the guys on V1 where they did like an 11-minute overtime on the grid, and he was just, Gimmick was just like, yeah, to be honest, when we're in there and playing, we're just kind of playing, and you just zone out into the game, and you lose track of that clock.
So that's why they do so bad.
I'm wondering if it's the same for other players.
Just kidding, Super. Just kidding. No, I know for me, when... Oh, nice defense there. When I get into a...
I'm the guy that can't look at it. I have to look at it.
Oh,
Metsanaris!
Metsanaris with the double tap!
I think I need to cast standing all the time. Every time something like this happens, having wireless headphones and just being able to kind of like run back and forth across my room and then walk back. This is fantastic. I love standing and casting. I get so hyped for this stuff. Metsanaris with the touch at the end finally gets the double tap. They finally get it done. Endpoint steals away another game from Solary, where Solary felt like they were controlling it the majority. Other than the 1 minute that existed at the end of regulation, it felt like Solary should have taken this series, or taken that match.
I mean, that doesn't matter how they feel about it. They definitely controlled the match. They shot 17 times compared to Endpoint's 9. And
they almost doubled it.
They almost doubled it, and they had, guarantee you, double the amount of offensive time in the zone. It's just, you gotta be able to close these games out, and Solary have looked fantastic for 4 minutes plus in both games, but it does not matter. What matters is that final minute, and that's where they have just tripped and fallen flat on their face short of the finish line. And right now, down 0-2, they need to pull out a reverse sweep if they want to stay alive and have a shot at making the playoffs next weekend.
Yeah, I just went back to look. Coming into this series, it was 17.4% is what they're converting on. They're in the bottom 4 teams on the day for their shooting accuracy. So that's really the issue. Solary feels like they're getting control of the ball. They just can't finish. Kyrian going to get blocked out by Relating Wave. Another good angle, and Endpoint just always in the way. Somehow, somebody always makes it there.
Relating Wave, last man back on D, but Virtuoso gets back in time, and here's Relating Wave. Plenty of boost to carry this one through, but Exotic going to meet him in midair, take him away, and that ball's turned over. Double commit from Endpoint. This is going to be dangerous, but Relating Wave able to get back on time and get this touch over to Metzenaris. Good transition there to go from defense right into offense, and Relating Wave going to try and block this ball. Does so perfectly on that corner. And again, the storyline, first minute of gameplay, Endpoint in game 1 had 1 shot. Game 2 had 2 shots. In game 3, 0 shots in the first minute. They are such a slow team out of the gates, but man, the last minute is where they get dangerous.
To be honest, I think we went to almost 5 minutes or just over 5 minutes in that last one, which meant that Endpoint came alive and got their win in what would have been the final minute of a second regulation in the OT.
Yeah,
it seems like it takes about 4 minutes for them to figure out what they want to do. Yukis can't get it in. Kyrian, though, they all send the house. Solary gets the finish. They're able to convert that one. And once again, in control, up 1-0.
And you can't send the house here. Kyrian has the look. He has the shot. Exotic's got to turn away from that. We need to see better communication. I realize they score, and that's fantastic, but not every single time is that ball going to find its mark. And when you send the house, your house is wide open as Solary once again take the lead. But the big storyline here is, can they hold on?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know when we get into the final minute of regulation if they're going to be able to hold on or not. So far, though, it is all them. Yukis with a wide miss there as Virtuoso got bumped out of the way. Metzenaris with a nice challenge there, able to win the 50. And Virtuoso down to Relating Wave. Woo! Shot on target, just off the post and out.
Oh, and a big miss there from Metza. Relating Wave can't catch up to that ball, but there's Virtuoso rolling through the corner, gets the crucial dunk, and he has a teammate midfield, but doesn't hit him, and both players on Solary and Endpoint missing their mark there. And look at the play from Metza, but the save, even better. The defense, incredible, impeccable from Solary. They're hanging on in this game.
What an effort there to get to that one. That's one of those ones that I think, me personally, I probably been like, there's no chance I can't get to that ball. I'm not making it. But makes the dive, makes the save. Great defensive hold from them there. A lot of pressure coming out. They also had that convenient whiff at the start of it from Metzenaris, which would have been a threatening shot, but defense holds strong. Kyrian pops one out. Metzenaris already on the read. Whips again, and Virtuoso forced to make an awkward touch.
Oh, and a huge beat there.
Metza's just off today.
I think the entire Endpoint team has been just off. We've seen flashes of brilliance from them, and they're still up in this series 2-0, so can't discredit them too much, but what we know they're capable of, we just haven't quite seen it in the series so far today.
Yeah, and I do believe that it can come from that, though, right? Virtuoso's had some whiffs. Metzenaris had some whiffs. And that's going to mess up your rotation. Your teammates at this level, they're expecting you to make that touch. So they're moving to make that read, and it ends up putting them out of position. The number of times that we've seen whiffs today, it's been a little scary. And, you know, that's not exactly a whiff. I mean, you put it in the net, but that's the wrong end there, Metza.
Metzenaris with the fail on that one and giving Solary the 2-0 lead. But hey, maybe this is exactly what they want. Maybe they wrote it up and the script has it perfectly, because we've seen what they can do, and maybe they can come back from 3-0. Who knows? But great offense here from Kyrian and crew.
Yeah, Solary getting it done here. They've figured something out. They've pieced this together. They're doing a good job of dodging the bumps and getting out of the net. They know that they have to go out and make these quick challenges on the ball, because Virtuoso is going to come flying through. Metzenaris, Relating Wave, they're all looking for the bump. So they've cleaned up their defensive rotations a little bit by just speeding it up a little bit. They're getting out of the way, and it's gotten them out there into the way and blocked a lot of these shots. And it looks like it's going to take game 3 for them. So we'll see if they can maintain that as they get to the next series. I don't know that Endpoint can pull off 3. Never mind. I'm stopping right there. I'm not going to finish that thought or that sentence.
My goodness. Great shot off of the side wall from Relating Wave. Tucks it right underneath the crossbar, and the comeback has begun. 2 goals in 29 seconds is absolutely doable.
We have seen it happen in this series already.
This is true, and there's another one. Relating Wave puts
Not
it in
like this.
5 seconds later.
Oh! Solary, not like this. You can't let this happen again. Endpoint, why is this when you wait to come? I'm agitated. I'm irritated. I'm confused.
No way.
What is this series? Oh my! My camera angle I couldn't see the guy on the backboard, and I thought he was going to have a free double touch there off that back wall.
Almost did, but 8 seconds remaining. They have to go the length of the field, and that's a good touch, but a better touch by Exotic. And Virtuoso can't keep that one alive. Relating Wave gets the touch, but it ends up hitting the ground. And Solary can wipe the sweat from their brow. It was a close one, but they bring 1 game to the series scoreboard.
They almost let that get away from them. They almost gave that one up there again as they double the number of shots, or just under doubling the number of shots of Endpoint once again, controlling it all the way to the end. But right at the end, they let them come alive again. I don't know if it's Solary getting lax at the end where they feel like they're up and it's, we don't need to worry about it, or if Endpoint just, for some reason, has a couple extra gears that can only run for about a minute. So they just have to hold on until the very end of the match to turn those gears on.
Well, I mean, it would be fitting if Endpoint won 3-1 because, like you brought up in the pre-show, they've won the last 3 by 3-1. Yeah. So, hey, why not stay true to that? But Solary going to do everything they can to change that storyline here. They need Game 4, and it all starts now. But Metzenaris with a much-needed clear for Endpoint. And Relating Wave just a little too wide on that steal. Carrion needs to be a little more safer in his defensive half.
This one's going to be there for Relating Wave. Look for the pass across to Virtuoso, who just cannot get it on target. That one's about, 10 car lengths off its mark. Yukis, good challenge to keep the ball in this half. Virtuoso going to go to the ceiling as he seems to do all day when he tries to get cleared. What is exotic? I think he may have flipped a little early there. Something went wrong.
He's trying to make a new meta, bro.
He's breakdancing.
He's making a new meta.
meta.
If I don't know what I'm doing, my opponents certainly don't. And that demo almost opened up the goal line, as Virtuoso was back there, got taken away, but Relating Wave very quick to fill in his spot, and Virtuoso somehow put that one on target. Wasn't intentional, but counts as a shot and a save for Solary. Relating Wave, good pop-up and good avoidance of that demo, and goes for the ground pinch, but we've seen those start to really build up lately, and I think defenders are starting to realize that and reading those ground pinches very well.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's happening more and more often as these players get more and more comfortable and the mechanical abilities of them all go up. They're staying with the ball. They're maintaining that boost. They know they're coming down. They're going to just look for that challenge. And, that's a freebie. Metzenaris going to walk it in off the pass from Relating Wave. Coming a little too far forward is Solary. They overcommit that third man, and they just cannot get back in time.
Got caught cheating, and Solary give up an early goal. That's by far the earliest goal Endpoint has had all series long. Prior to that, the quickest goal that they had was with 47 seconds left on a clock. That's their first goal outside of the last minute of gameplay in this entire series. That is incredible.
And you look at it, and they've won 2 of those games.
They're up 2-1.
That's so confusing. Yeah, it's confusing to say the least here. Endpoint going to bring this one out. Metzenaris to relating wave shot on target. Exotic going to be able to make an easy save, though. Virtuoso just over, can't get the touch. Exotic with a great challenge now. Yukis with a shot opportunity, trying to spin around and confuse him. The bump is there, but not enough. Relating wave still gets the save.
How does he still get that save? That is some wherewithal if I've ever seen it, and a good touch there from Metza. And Carrion, lots of boost to follow up, gets the touch to put it back into the corner, but Metza there to poke it back towards midfield, and you can feel the sense of urgency. You can cut through it with a knife right now that Solary is bringing to the field. I think they just need to kind of calm things down. They're okay, still in this game, down 1 goal 2 minutes ago. Plenty of time to work with, but you do not want to overextend and give away another freebie goal.
Metzenaris is getting these touches now, and he's kind of cleaned up. He's getting these rotations. He's not really getting the whiffs that we saw in the earlier matches. He's making the touches. Virtuoso, on the other hand, is kind of traded off with him, and he's kind of taking the role on some of these odd touches where he can't get control of the ball or get up to it in time. But Metzenaris is definitely... He looks so much cleaner than he did in the beginning of this series.
And I like to call the touches that Metzenaris is getting is the turbo touches. It's those touches where it's like, as a defender or a player, you don't expect him to make it. You don't expect the ball to get touched, and it just changes the course that ball's going, the direction it's going in, and it just makes you have to change what you're doing, and it really shakes things up as Carrion puts a shot on target, and Metzenaris puts it into the corner, but Yukis gets the boost steal and can't get the touch. Exotic was waiting at the top of the box. And final minute to go here. Endpoint need to get this ball out of their own half. Virtuoso going with that breakdancing meta. Not sure if it's working out there for him. As Yukis drops it down. Carrion puts it in and tie ball game.
What a pass. I was about to say they need to get in there and get a bit more aggressive on the line and bump somebody, get somebody out of rotation, because Endpoint's going to be a really tough team while they're playing from ahead. But man, that's another way to get it done. Just a bullet pass down off the ceiling and in. Solary keeping this one alive. Yukis looking for a shot off the kickoff. Can't get it in. Tyrion trading to Metzenaris, and Exotic going to try and take control of this one to bring it back over to the offensive end.
I genuinely did not think Carrion would be able to reach that ball as Virtuoso has Metzenaris. Will he use him? Doesn't get the flip reset, but does get a 50-50 to keep this ball alive. And you just saw 30 seconds remaining here in game number 4. Endpoint looking to put away Solary and send them packing and keep their dreams and hopes alive. Exotic gonna turn this one over. Metzenaris pushes it forward. Virtuoso was up on that back wall, and oh my goodness, Yukis just lucked out that Relating Wave missed that ball. The net was wide open for Solary. And just like this, we're going to go ahead and send it into overtime. Everything on the line here for Solary.
Well, we've had one OT so far. Endpoint rode it out for about 4 minutes. Oh, thought they weren't going to be able to do it this time. Rode it out for about 4 minutes and came alive. So we'll see if we end up with that long of an OT here again.
So I'm gonna do a quick shout out, and I hope Stacks is listening, because Relating Wave with that save just got a triple savior medal. That means 9 saves in a single game. And I want to know if that's a record, because that seems like an awful high number for one individual player.
And we're only 35 seconds into OT. He did all of those +1, so he did 8 in regulation and 1 to kick off OT. That is a ton of saves in that amount of time. You might see those if they get into like really high OTs in terms of the amount of time that they're on the field. To do that in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, that's insane. Ooh, Metza just off the mark.
And 1 minute already come and gone here in overtime. And this has just been the story of overtimes, hasn't it? It's been so fun to watch both these teams battling so hard. And just got confirmation, not a record, but still mighty impressive as Exotic gonna send us into game number 5.
Hello, Champions Field. We are going to Game 5 here. Tournament life on the line for both of these teams. No better way to do it than this. Last 3 times they have met up, Endpoint has beaten them 3-1. Is this the time where Solary breaks that record that's breaks that trend that is currently occurring to them? They look informed to do it. I just can't commit to saying yes yet, because Endpoint, when it's back against the wall in final moments, seems to come alive here. And I don't know if that turns into like a superpower in a Game 5 final minute. Like, does it exponentially increase? I'm hoping we get to find out.
All right, well, I'm gonna make you put your money where your mouth is, and I want you to pick a team right here, right now. You don't get to nope out. You got to pick one, and I'll pick one too.
You know what? I think Solary's going to break it down. I think that in Game 5, they're going to get it done. They've been in control time and time again coming through this series. I think they get it done. I believe they're going to take Game 5.
And just to be fun, I'm going to go ahead and say Endpoint is taking this one. I think Solary is going to crack under the pressure. But like you were alluding to, Solary looking to snap the 3-game winning streak of Endpoint. And it all begins here. It all starts in Game 5. Champions Field, we've missed you. Good to see you again.
Having that conversation with Stacks on the side monitor, I'm still trying to figure out. it may not have been a record. Apparently, Scrubkilla had 12 saves earlier this season, but they had like an 11-minute OT or something. Exotic opens it up. Solary in the lead here. Your pick's looking like it may not get it done, but then again, Endpoint doesn't like to play until about the final 45 seconds. So,
and that was just a critical double commit in the defensive half for Endpoint, and you can't have those, especially in a Game 5. But here comes Relating Wave. Did he get the flip reset? He did, but couldn't utilize it as Virtuoso goes up. Virtuoso puts the ball back down, and Exotic just gonna boom it downfield right on target, forcing Metza to go up. And that's a hard shot, but Relating Wave was there. Close post, waiting for it, and Exotic gonna push this one aside. That's not the best touch, and speaking of not good touches, that one was not great from Relating Wave. Uh-oh.
Can he get there? He's looking for it. Exotic trying to cut this one off. He's gonna pick it up in the corner. Can't maintain possession of it, though. Kyrian, third man, commits in to try and keep this one down in Endpoint's half, and Virtuoso finally gonna get a booming touch, clears it out. Yukis forced to take it to the corner.
Oh, and Metza almost had the demo there, and thankfully Relating Wave had the quick reactions to get up time and also get off of that back wall for the save.
Relating Wave's defense through last game and coming into this one has been nutty. Exotic here up against Relating Wave, who's going to clear it out. Metsanaris not really set up to be able to make a play on that ball, and Yukis sneaks it around, and that should go straight into Relating Wave.
Up.
Down. Virtuoso already in the air.
Oh my God.
What is this play? Oh my God.
Look at him. Watch Virtuoso off screen, comes off the ceiling. He's up an hour ago and somehow connects mid-air. You have got to be kidding me.
Woo! Endpoint coming alive. Virtuoso and and Relating Wave connecting on that one. What an act. I've got no words. You know what? Never mind. I'm done. I don't have the vocabulary to describe what I just saw. There's not a word big enough in my vocabulary.
I'm sorry. I had to get up out of my chair. I had to run around. I was nothing short of excited and ecstatic to see that passing play actually work. You could see it coming from a mile away if you're just watching, the free cam, and what a sight to behold.
There's no way the defense saw that coming, though.
No chance.
With the only person that had a chance at that, I forget who was in net. There was one player in net that's the only person that would have had an opportunity at that ball, and the ball's on the wrong side for him to see him coming. He has no idea that guy's coming at all.
Well, there we go. Tied back up. Carrion makes Relating Wave miss, but Metsanaris there for the big save. And Relating Wave, good pass to Metza, but Metza showed his hand too early, and Exotic ripped it away from him. And Solary regained control with the pass, but Relating Wave sneaks through. And the passing plays have been brilliant on both sides of the pitch. You can barely get a sentence out without a shot being put on target.
Is there a way that we can give out like a medal just for the day? Like rather than give out like an MVP of the tournament, can we just give like defensive player of the day to Relating Wave? He seems to just always be there. He is just
shot
pulling them out of. Oh! He does it all!
Relating Wave gets a demo off screen. You saw the smoke there, and then just says, hey, I'm still here. I'm going to go up and put a shot on target. And because he took that third man out of the picture, left an open net, and a minute 49 to go here in Game 5. Endpoint have the lead, but can they hold on?
Man, we were talking about, you know, there's some issues on Virtuoso. There's a couple issues with Mets and Nars to kick off the series. Relating Wave has just said, I don't care. We're going to win this. We're not going out. I'm going to carry us through. I will backpack it if I have to.
And still plenty of time here in Game 5 for Solary to claw their way back in and force yet another overtime. But they can't push too far forward here, as we've seen them get punished multiple times by Endpoint. And Virtuoso is going to have Metsanara sitting at the top of the box, but Exotic just being a nuisance there in the corner gets the bump on him. And Relating Wave gets 50 by Yukis. Good pass, but Carrion started to push up a little too soon. Couldn't get the shot on target. And this one's going to be dangerous. But Metsanara selected to rotate back. Kind of a smart play there. They're starting to kind of turtle up on defense, realizing that they've got that 1-goal lead.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to do. They've been a really kind of irritating team to play against through this series for Solary on defense. We've seen how many shots. I'm interested to see what the number of shot average is for Solary at the end of this series. They've been there just breaking every single play up throughout. And, you know, they can just eat time. They're down to 20 seconds. They really don't need to be up. Relating Wave, you are so aggravating.
14 seconds to go. The ball's on the right side of the pitch. We've got 10 left. Super. They need to get this ball closer to the net. Great clear there by Metsanaris, and Exotic has to catch up to this. They have to go the full length of the field. It's a tall order, and it's not going to happen. Endpoint secure the victory here and send Solary packing. It was nice to see you play. We'll see you in the next split.
I'm just going to say shout out to Relating Wave again. Everywhere he needed to be, both sides of the pitch. When they get to the point that they want to go ahead and they want to play, we're going to just we're going to turtle up, play defense. He does a great job of making the diving saves throughout. He's in position constantly on the wall. You can see Metsanaris do it at the end there too when it started getting down. Instead of making the touch on the wall, he ends up just kind of doing a 360, eats the time, waits for them to bang it into him so he can hit it back downfield. Relating Wave, though, absolutely went off for Endpoint throughout that series.
Yeah, and you can't devalue Virtuoso either. I know he's not always on the top of the scoreboard. He might not have the most points, but he gets those bumps in demos, and I know players hate him for it, but hey, it's part of the game, and you've got to figure a way to work around it. But when him and Relating Wave are connecting on passing plays like that, it's just going to send us running around the room, and it sends the defense scrambling even more.
I've literally been running around the room through our last two series. Like every time there's a goal, I know you haven't been able to see it because we're just getting program feed, but I'm like yelling as I run off screen and coming back. It has been an amazing two series to cast.
It absolutely has, and that's not all we have for the day. We've got much more, and we want to know what you think about how this day's been going and who's going to make it through to next weekend. So make sure you tweet at us at RL Esports and use the hashtag RLCS, and we will make sure to feature some of you on stream and force FDOT or someone else to read it if you want them to read it. But with that being said, that's it for Super and I, and we appreciate you guys sticking around with us, but don't go anywhere. There's a lot more action to come.